In 2008, Geoff Lawton installed a series of shallow contour channels across a site in Jordan's Dead Sea Valley, one of the hottest, most barren locations on Earth, receiving under 200 millimeters annually. The channels followed the slope's elevation lines precisely. When rain hit, incoming flow spread sideways along each channel instead of racing downhill. Within 3 years, organic matter returned to soil that had been biologically dead for decades. Native vegetation recovered without planting. Local groundwater tables measurably rose. The entire transformation came from a shovel, an understanding where water goes on a slope. The structure is called a swale, and the physics behind it is something anyone can build in an afternoon. Mollison and David Holmgren developed the modern framework for contour-based water harvesting in their foundational 1978 permaculture work from Tasmania, Australia. But the principle they were documenting wasn't new. Agricultural archaeologists mapping ancient dryland farming systems across the Middle East, North Africa, and the American Southwest had already found the same earthwork pattern repeated across cultures with no contact with each other. Low mounds following elevation lines on hillsides. Excavated material piled on the downhill face. Evidence of deep-rooted planting along the mound. Each civilization had independently discovered the same physics. Water moving down an incline stops when it meets a horizontal barrier. Once stopped, it spreads. Once spread, it soaks in rather than continuing toward lower ground. Mollison and Holmgren's contribution was translating that observation into a replicable design system with specific dimensional guidance. Trench width between 12 and 36 inches, depth between 6 and 18 inches. The raised bank compacted firmly on the downhill face. Low exit points installed at intervals to handle overflow during extreme events. The key requirement they identified was precision. The trench had to be genuinely horizontal. Even a slight grade would concentrate incoming flow at the low end, overloading that section while the rest of the cut stayed dry. An A-frame tool, 2 poles connected at the top with a string and hanging weight, achieved the necessary precision using no electronics and nothing beyond basic materials. University of Queensland researcher Patrick Lane confirmed comparative measurements in 2003 across paired plots in Queensland, Australia, one with contour installations, one without, showing correctly installed swale systems reduced surface runoff volume by between 65 and 85% during moderate storm events. The untreated incline was shedding most of what fell on it. The treated one was holding almost all of it. If specific methods like this are useful to you, hit subscribe. This channel covers one every week. Lane's Queensland measurements confirmed what Lawton's Jordan project demonstrated at larger scale and what practitioners across Australia, the United States, and East Africa had been observing since the early 1990s. The mechanism behind the numbers was straightforward once understood. A conventional incline loses between 60 and 90% of incoming precipitation to surface runoff during moderate storm events. The steeper the grade, and the more compacted the growing medium, the higher that loss. What remains either evaporates quickly from the exposed ground or soaks only into the top few centimeters before the sun reaches it. A horizontal earthwork interrupts that pattern at its starting point. Incoming storm delivery hits the cut, loses forward momentum, and begins spreading sideways along the horizontal excavation. Because the floor follows the elevation line precisely, no end receives more than the other. Supply distributes evenly. Given enough time, typically measured in hours after a rain event, the distributed volume infiltrates downward rather than escaping off the property. Here's where the real payoff happens, and it's underground, where you can't see it. What happens below the cut after infiltration is where the long-term benefit develops. Researchers measuring stored subsurface supply below installed contour systems consistently find what practitioners describe as a water lens, a zone of elevated holding capacity extending downward and outward from the infiltration point, remaining measurably wetter than surrounding earth for days or weeks after each rain event ended. That lens feeds whatever root systems exist in the raised bank below the cut. Planted with deep-rooted perennials, native grasses, or fruit trees, that bank becomes a productive planting zone drawing on held subsurface supply that rainfall alone, without the earthwork, would never have delivered at that depth. Here's the complete build, broken down simply. Finding the contour line is the first step. On any incline, a contour runs at constant elevation, neither climbing nor descending. An A-frame tool marks it by identifying points where a hanging weight reads plumb as you move across the grade. Mark those points with stakes and connect them with string. That line is where the excavation goes. Digging follows the marked line. Width between 12 and 36 inches, depth between 6 and 18 inches, adjusted to catchment size and rainfall intensity. All excavated material piles on the downhill face, compacted firmly into a raised bank. That bank should match or exceed the excavation depth. Two design details separate functioning systems from ones that fail completely. First, exit points. Every swale needs low sections of the raised bank left slightly lower than the rest, where excess volume exits safely during extreme events rather than topping the structure at an unpredictable point. Position these at naturally lower sections, angled to direct overflow away from the cut. Second, bank planting. A bare raised bank erodes. A planted one builds. Deep-rooted natives, grasses, fruit trees, nitrogen-fixing shrubs, anchor the compacted face while their root activity accelerates downward infiltration from the excavation above. Within 2 growing cycles, outcomes from Australian and American installations show bank-planted zones outperforming adjacent open ground on every retained supply and fertility measure. Gap between parallel swales follows a straightforward calculation. On a 10% grade receiving moderate annual precipitation, structures spaced 30 to 50 feet apart capture effectively without overlapping catchment zones. Steeper ground requires tighter spacing. Flatter ground allows wider intervals. One afternoon builds one swale. One weekend across a quarter-acre installs a functioning system. This isn't just a Jordan Desert story. The same math applies directly to American cropland losing ground right now. The American Midwest and Southern Plains face a specific combination of conditions, making contour swale installation directly relevant right now. Cultivated land across Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma has lost an average of 50% of its original topsoil depth since European agricultural settlement, confirmed in USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service surveys across multiple decades. Most of that loss occurred during rainfall events on worked inclines where no structure existed to slow surface runoff before it left the property. A 2019 Iowa State University analysis of paired watersheds, one with contour management, one without, found contour-based installations reduced soil loss by 40 to 80% compared to unmanaged ground receiving identical storm events. The same analysis showed measurably higher crop yields on contour-managed ground during dry stretches, because the held subsurface reserve the structures had captured stayed accessible to plant systems weeks after the last rain. For any landowner with pitched property currently watching incoming storm delivery, carry topsoil off the land. The entry point requires no specialized equipment. Mark the contour with an A-frame tool built from 2 wooden stakes, a string, and a bolt. Dig the cut with a standard spade. Pack the raised bank with the back of the spade and a boot. Plant the bank face with whatever deep-rooted native species the region supports. Install one exit point per structure. Total material cost for a single installed swale on a typical American homestead, under $30. Geoff Lawton's Jordan site received its transformation through exactly this approach. No imported equipment, no ongoing energy cost, nothing mechanical to maintain. The cut caught what fell. The bank held what infiltrated. The planted zone drew on what was stored below. Storm delivery that once left the property in minutes began staying for weeks. That Jordan site wasn't exceptional ground. It was severely degraded dryland receiving rare rainfall and losing most of it immediately. A horizontal cut changed that equation permanently. If your property sheds incoming storm delivery before the earth absorbs it, one afternoon, and a spade begins reversing that. Subscribe for the next forgotten method.